This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Yo, what up fam? It's your girl. Nope. Does not sound good. Hey sisters. That sounds wrong too. Are you trying to make them go away? Hey creators, it is your friend Kat here. Does that sound okay? I don't know. I feel like everybody on YouTube has like a name for their viewers. I don't know how to introduce videos anymore. I feel like I haven't been on YouTube in light years because I took an actual vacation. I pre-filmed all the videos that you've been seeing and I feel like I haven't been on here for a week or more. So if I feel out of sorts or a little odd, that's why, and I've had a lot of coffee today. So today we're gonna do a makeup look that you guys have requested because I posted this look on my Instagram and you guys like, please do a video on this. I'm like, yes. And I really want to do more chit chat, get ready with me style videos. So that's what we're gonna do today, is recreate that look. I actually wore this look to a Star Wars party and I know nothing about Star Wars, but I heard it was the dark characters and it was themed red and black. So I'm like, let's do stars, red and black. The cake, I saw it before the party and it was red and black. I hung out with Bunny, Graveyard Girl, so that's what we're gonna do today. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about all the crazy stuff that's been happening between when I had, like, for the month of, I wanna say, July, I had so many crazy jobs. I got to work at Comic-Con with Warner Brothers all in the same week, and then right after that it felt like I had to hop on a plane to Texas. I was in Texas for 2 weeks. It was a long staycation. I'm gonna try to use all the same products I used when I did this look for Instagram, but I don't have the eyeshadow palette. It's like, Kat, why are you doing this if you don't have the eyeshadow palette? But there's a dupe to it from ColourPop. I used a Juvias Place palette. I think it was the Masquerade palette. And I bought so much makeup that I think I put my old makeup in a box too with my new makeup, and I'm shipping it over here. And I literally hopped off the plane and I'm filming this now. And I might be using also the Hidden Treasures palette because I haven't used this in a while and I remember loving it. This color Ruby looks exactly like the color from that Juvia's Place palette that I did for this look. So we're doing that today, and something that's a little different. I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a review video for you guys because I use the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation, which is one of my all-time holy grail favorite foundations for the look I'm doing today, but instead we're going to be a controversial queen and use the Bounce foundation new from Beauty Blender that has a trash shade range. Everyone's talking about this. I get PR from Beauty Blender. They did not send this to me, but I still got my hands on it, girl. I'm in the shade 2.30, but all the shades are like gradually not that different from each other. There's more yellow tones, but there's probably 3 or 4 shades that match me, which is crazy. Other than that, there's 2 products that are different, but let's get started. I just put some moisturizer on my face. We're gonna skip primer today. Oh, I know why I'm skipping primer, because I feel like it's breaking me out. I've been using this Blur primer from Dermalogica, and any type of pore filling primer, as you can see, we have some what Bunny calls face demons, little pimples, aliens attacking my face, little creatures of acne, and I think it's not just hormonal because it's showing up here. I think it's from the Dermalogica pore filling primer, which I should have known. That stuff, any type of pore filling primer just breaks me out. It's like always bad business. I am gonna do my eyes first because that's what I did for this look. I know this is crazy. I don't know why, but I've been really into just not even going in with a lid primer and just going straight into concealer as my primer. I use a brush now instead of the Beauty Blender. You guys could tell it's been a while since I've done beauty looks on this because you're like, who is this queen? Why is she doing this? I used to use, you know, eyelid primers and set the concealer first with powder, then use primer, all types of ways, but I'm just doing a straight concealer, no powder. Sometimes I use powder, but today I'm just going to straight concealer and going into this look. Let's talk about, though, Warner Brothers. I got to work on Teen Titans Go to the Movies. I sound sassy when I say that. I don't know why. Because it was like one of the best jobs I ever have had in my life. Seriously. I have an amazing publicist who helped me out a lot. Your girl's fancy now, she has a publicist. I haven't changed one bit. But I got to have my friend Mallory work with me. If you guys don't know who Mallory is, where have you been? I'm going in with this red color just right in the center. She is an amazing body painter on YouTube, underrated, and I've collabed with her a few times in the past. We need to collab more. And she was my assistant for this job because basically the job entailed was Warner Brothers to have us paint kids' faces as Teen Titan characters and watch the movie with them. I know, how cool is that? And I heard that there was going to be 30 to 50 children, so I didn't want to do that job alone. There was another amazing makeup artist named Jody Steele on Instagram, and she was there also helping us out, and she was there for a job too. And it was just so much fun to meet so many kids and to see the joy in their face when they got to turn into their favorite movie character from Teen Titans. Well, I should say comic book TV show character, because Teen Titans was a TV show first. This is so pretty. I love this look. It's so easy too. So I just put down that color with my finger, and then I'm blending out with a blending brush with the same color. You can, even if your eyeshadow doesn't have much pigment, you could get some like wet the eyeshadow or get like a MAC Fix spray, setting spray situation into the shadow to get a more pigment payoff. And I'm just getting the same transition shade I've been using into that crease. And I like to blow it out a little bit on the sides. This is why you want to get a makeup wipe and get all that fallout. This is why we did our eyeshadow first, because this eyeshadow look is a little messy. Mallory was so nice to drive, like she lives like almost 5 hours from me to do this job with me, which was so fun to just work with friends. We ate at Shake Shack. It was so much fun. I'm going to do foundation now, a little sidetrack, but if you haven't seen anyone else's review, it's a big thing of foundation. Oh, there's a little lock here. I used this at an event recently and it wears nice, but later on, isn't that so weird how it just squirts there? It's good for set jobs, but I can't see everyday people using this. You have to clean it very well. The coverage of this is amazing, I should say, but this foundation on me personally, I have dry skin, very textured skin, and over time, maybe it's because I use the Becca Backlight Filter Primer under this as well, mixed with other primers. But over time, it got really oily on me throughout the night when I wore this last time. But it looked beautiful on, like, initially for the first few hours. So I guess for an event, this would be good, but I mean, the shade range is complete, absolute garbage. If you're looking for something that's darker than tan, I feel bad talking bad about this company. I know they give me PR. I'm not talking bad, I'm just being honest. But it looks so pretty at first, but later on I can't wear this like too long because then it'll look weird. Anyways, after the Warner Brothers job, I did a job with Regal Cinemas at Comic-Con. I worked on a body painting and face painting on one of my best friends, Ashley. I had her be my model that day, and I painted her into Alita, which is a comic book Japanese character with big eyes, and she's like robotic. And it was my first time ever going to San Diego Comic-Con. I've worked at the Long Beach one, which is a lot smaller, a lot different. This one is humongous, so many people. I have to say that the security scared me a little bit because when I went to BeautyCon, they had like metal detectors. You had to go through a gate that detected if there was any weapons on you. You had to have your purse checked. This one, they just had a few cops with drug sniffing dogs, and that was it, and you just scanned your badge. It was such a weird experience. We had a late start, me and Ashley going, because we drove there, and I live about 2 hours from San Diego, so it wasn't that big of a deal. It makes me so upset that this looks so pretty right now, and then later it looks a little weird. I don't know, but maybe it's just my skin. It makes it look oily later on. I wish that this was like an all-day review, but I don't have time for that because it's 2 in the morning now when I'm filming. But yeah, we had a late start with El Torito. Then I had to buy a shirt for her for the character because I wanted to get the outfit exactly. She already had the jeans and the shoes and the wig, but we had to get a specific shirt that Alita wore in the movie because, you know me, I'm a perfectionist when I want to make a look almost exactly like it is in the movie. We got to our hotel, so cute. All the people in the lobby that were working there were dressed as superheroes. They had like little capes and stuff, but our hotel was out of order, and they said it was the last room that was left that we got, and it was out of order. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? I was panicking because I'm like, if it's out of order, it's already almost midnight because we had a late start. It took us forever because of traffic to get there. There was traffic late at night just because it was Comic-Con. So I was freaking out in my head, but then they were so kind. They had like a brother-sister situation of hotels that they're affiliated with and worked with down the street. So they gave us a free hotel room. Everything was comped. And we got a bigger room with a kitchen in it, a living room, a couch, 2 bedrooms with 2 full queen beds and 2 bathrooms. It looked like an apartment. Like, it was almost as nice as my apartment for free. And I was shook. Using the Maybelline Fit Me Sister. Why am I saying sister all the time? It's from that James Charles video, I swear. Try to get some sleep. I had to get my makeup done. Ashley got to go without makeup since I was putting makeup on her. So again, I've never worked at Comic-Con before. You have to like meet somewhere else, not at the gate, because there's so many people. So I meet up, do the makeup. It was such a crazy experience, and it made me realize how lucky I am and how lucky most YouTubers are to sit at home and do jobs like this just by yourself, talking to yourself like a crazy person in your room, because doing set jobs is such a different world. I wish everyone could experience a set job, honestly, because, ooh, that foundation set looks so pretty. Because it's such a chaotic, crazy world. We thought we were gonna work like 8 hours. And once we were done with the whole makeup and we got to meet some of you guys, and when after I turned Ashley into Alita, she got to pose with all the other Alitas at the convention, which was super duper cool. We thought that we could go home because the other stuff on our itinerary, we were told by someone that we didn't have to go to it. But then, so we started packing up our car and our bags. We were exhausted and I was driving home. We still had almost 3 hours drive home with traffic. And then, hour into the drive, we were told that we had to go back because we had to show up for the rest of the itinerary because there was actually a meeting, like a very super important meeting. And I was so glad I went back because we got to see a really cool screening of the movie Alita. Like, not just the trailer, girl, like in depth to it, hear from the directors and who shows up. I'm so glad I turned back because we've struggled so much to get there. We were doing our makeup in our car, had to get dressed at a coffee shop. I was like covered in heat rashes because of just the heat. I wasn't used to it. My skin's so sensitive. And who shows up at this premiere? Freaking Robert Rodriguez, who did Grindhouse, just every single amazing movie growing up. He shows up, gets to tell us about the movie. We get to take pictures with some of the actors. It was such a cool experience. I'm so glad that I stayed longer because it was such a long day. I think we ended up working and like having the meetings and stuff for 16 hours. And I'm so appreciative because it's like a dream come true, and none of this would happen if it wasn't for you guys. Like, I wouldn't get cool jobs like that if it wasn't for you. And I wish I could just thank you all, honestly. Like, my life is I'm so blessed. And I never want to lose sight of how lucky I am and how incredibly happy I am to have each and every one of you in my life. I wish we could, you know, do more things in the future together. Like, actually meet more of you. And it's just so crazy to remind myself to live in the moment and not stress out and still be grateful for everything, because I'm the type of person that worries if like the sun's gonna shine correctly tomorrow and if I'm gonna have a good day. Like, sometimes I feel like I let too many things get to me. And it was so nice, like, taking vacation in Texas and help Bunny out organize her makeup, because I've got to get a little bit away from the internet, and I feel like that's so healthy because I didn't have one stress, one anxiety while I was in Texas. It was so nice. It just makes me realize that I have to take time for myself and away from the internet sometimes, and that's really hard for me because I am a workaholic. I was almost late to one of the meetings at Comic-Con. I know this is random, but because of Jaden Smith, he had like this tour bus, and he was stopping around Comic-Con with it, going places, and it was blocking our ride to the meeting to meet Robert Rodriguez. Oh my gosh, and then when we got to meet Robert Rodriguez, he was like talking to the other director, like they're talking about, oh, you know Jim, you know Jimmy, you know James, like this random guy. They kept changing the name of references of James and Jim to, they were talking about freaking James Cameron, who made Titanic, who made Avatar. Like what? That, if James Cameron was there, I would have literally lost all bowel movement controls of my entire body. Just craziness. What is my life? It's just, I'm so lucky. And at the same time, I like worked so hard for stuff like this, and it was nice to take a vacation after all of that and to come back here and talk to you guys about it, because you guys are like the reason why I'm here. You're like my close friend, internet pen pal who I haven't had the chance to meet yet, but you mean like the world to me. I hope you guys know that. That's why I want to do more of these, because like we get to really talk, sit down, and do makeup. I did a little liner situation, so let's do that. I'm using the Tarte Double Take. This is my favorite. I did this situation, and then I do a little winged out situation. That wing came out really fast, easy, and cute. So the other eye. Let's see if this eye will come out as cute. Man, I'm like killing it with liner, but then it's the tough part. We still have to draw them dang stars on, girl. You could get a Milk makeup stamp. They have a eyeliner made by Milk Makeup that has stars. You could just use that, but I hand drew mine because I had some that weren't filled in. They were just line drawn stars, and I had some filled in. I'm gonna use my new favorite highlighter. This is the Dior Backstage Glow Palette, and it's a hefty price. It's Dior. I feel terrible about my life every time I dip into this with a brush or my finger, and I ruin, you know, the little logo of Miss Dior. Every time I want to use it, it feels like I'm burning money into my face and then rubbing the ashes of the money onto my skin because it's Dior. But I'm a frugal queen. Like honestly, just thinking about while I was buying this, I'm like, what eyeshadows do I have that look like these that I could use instead? And I couldn't think of any because it was just like haunting my brain to get these highlighters that cost an arm, a leg, my rent, and blood sample. My favorite thing to do, just spritz the thing, dip into her, have her like beam to all of my alien brothers and sisters in outer space. Yes. Okay. Now that I have a moment just like soaking in the red, pink visuals, let's get into them dang stars and talk about how not only lucky I was to have my room comped and upgraded for free, but then meeting Robert Rodriguez and the cast and taking pictures with the cast. But I got to meet one of my all-time favorite 2 makeup artists, YouTubers, aesthetic queens of the internet. One's goth, one's glam pastel, amazing queens, Dre Ronay and Kelly Eden. If you guys haven't heard of them, you should check out the TV show that they got me into called Amazing Interiors, I think it is, on Netflix. They have their house in there. They shared an apartment. Unfortunately, they're not roommates anymore, which is fine. I understand, people grow. But Kelly Eden has a dollhouse. She still lives in it, Dre doesn't. And it's literally an apartment painted and looking like a dollhouse. And Kelly Eden herself looks like a doll princess. I met them, I was fangirling, I took pictures with them. Dre, she likes my pictures, and I'm like, what? Refollow me, and I was trying not to be like, oh my gosh. I was like, it's so amazing to meet you guys because they are advocates of mental health, being different, being true to yourself, and everything good in the world. So if you haven't heard of Dre and Kelly, you should definitely check out their YouTube channels and that show I talked about, especially if you're into interior design stuff like I am. It's amazing. That looks like a 4-year-old in the dark drew that. Anyways, let's move on to this one. I topped this off with the best liquid gloss of all time, Fenty Beauty's Gloss Bomb. You know it. If you like gloss and don't own this, I don't know what you're doing wrong with your life, but you are living your life wrong, because I say that and I'm so strong about this lip gloss, because I wasn't a lip gloss girl till I bought this, tried it on my face, and I was like, oh, what have I been missing? It tastes and smells like gummy bears. It goes with any and all makeup looks. Fight me about it. It looks good on all skin tones. You can fight me about that too. I just think it's great, and if you don't like lip gloss, I understand, but if you do and you don't have this, girl, what are you doing? So I can't believe this look outlasted the Texan Heat. Although I used that cushion foundation, today we're trying out that Beauty Blender Bounce, which is crazy. You see, people got like that egg. If I got that egg that this Beauty Blender foundation came in, if I got that PR package, I would be using that egg to its full advantages. I would be strapping her into my car and using her for carpool rides. If that's illegal, I'm sorry about it, but you would do it too. I would dress her up for every holiday, have it sitting on my porch, spray her down with some weatherproofing material before dressing her up for Christmas, fall, Thanksgiving, Halloween, the first and best holiday, Easter, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day could have, you know, green shamrock lei situation. Summer's gonna have an actual flower lei on her with a straw hat. The only thing that sucks about this eyeliner, you will be wearing it for the next 3 days of your lifetime. Even if you soak your eyeballs in micellar water, if I could take my eyeballs and soak them in micellar water to get all the gunk and makeup off and then plop them back into my eyes, that'd be great. But no matter how much makeup removers, I do like a makeup remover wipe, I do a cleansing balm, I wash my face, do the micellar water, I do all those steps, and I feel like I have my eyeliner, the Tarte one. I love this, but it stays on for about a week. I'm not kidding. But I know for this look, I use the Ardell Fox Faux Minx lashes that are at Target. A lot of people hate these, and I like them. I wonder if people hate them because they're so long and they have to actually cut the band to their eye shape, and a lot of people don't do that, which, honey, you should, because these aren't made for everybody's pupils, eyes, balls, the skins around your eyelids. They're pretty darn long, so let's cut those babies up to fit our individual eye shape. Dual lash glue, I feel like I like it better than I used to live by House of Lashes lash glue, but I feel like she stays on my eyes. You know how this stays on my eyes for a week? She stays on my eyes for 2 weeks. She's just too much. The House of Lash glue, it's just too much. Let's plop her on. And if you're having trouble with eyelashes, you could also cut the eyelash band in half and do it in 2 parts. I have a friend who has such a different eye shape. She's very round eyes, and she cuts her lashes in 3 parts sometimes to make that actually fit and do its job. She's pretty. She's done. So here's the end finished look of my makeup look of the starry-eyed dark. It was for a Star Wars themed party makeup with the stars. I have some line stars and some filled in stars. I think it's so pretty. This would be perfect for 4th of July if you want to go extreme. You could do blue eyeshadow on the bottom lash line and keep that rusted red upper eye look. And a final review on this Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. She is a very full coverage. It reminds me of the Fenty Beauty foundation, but a little less of a matte finish. She definitely comes to a satinish matte finish, and for me personally, it gets a little oily as the time goes by and it settles into the fine lines a little bit too much, but some people absolutely love this. Again, the shade range of this, which is the most important thing that people hate about this foundation, have been talking trash about all over the internet, is the shade range is absolute, you know, kind of garbage, because you have about 4 or 5 darker shade ranges and all the other ones are so similar. Like I said, I could go into this foundation and choose about 3, 4, or even 5 foundations that will look good on my skin, but someone who's of deeper complexion, some of them look more of a orange tone, or they're like just a deep tan, and it's really sad. I know a lot of people are like, well, they don't have lighter skin tones for lighter skins. I know, but I feel like with the Kat Von D, she has products that have white in it that you could put into a mix to find your color. I feel like still there's more lighter shades out there than darker shades, and it's really sad because there's gonna be people who are just going to makeup and they won't be able to find their shade if they want to spend their money on a higher end. Like, why wouldn't you want the higher end dollar from everyone equally? I don't know. I do like this lock feature. I would use this for like a photo shoot and then take it off within the next couple hours because, again, it will look too greasy on my face later down the line. This is just my opinion. Might be totally different from you. This foundation I know works great for other people and not as great for me. She's okay, not terrible, and not great. I'm so sad about that foundation range like everyone else is. And oh yeah, and don't forget to check out all the YouTubers I mentioned, especially my friends that helped me with all my jobs this summer. It was so crazy and amazing, and I'm so grateful for you all to give me these wonderful opportunities. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my chit chat, get ready with me makeup video. I hope to do more of these in the future. Leave a comment down below on what kind of video you would love to see in the future. If you'd like for me to do any type of tag video or product review or just any type of beauty makeup video. I don't know. I feel like I'm still gonna do effects makeups, but I really like sitting here and chatting with you guys, getting to know you a little bit more. So thank you guys again for hanging out today, and I will see you in the next video. Love you all. Bye.